So sometimes you purchase screwdrivers that do not come in a power tool case or a tool storage case, but rather in a flexible paper and plastic packaging which is mostly binned, which leaves us with the problem of storage. And if you're like me, you can see I've just been whacking screwdrivers in here, screw bits, drill bits, screws which were salvaged from scrapped parts, and a host of other accessories like Allen keys, spanners, pliers, and whatnot, okay? But storing standard or commercial off-the-shelf parts, in this way presents another problem. The build-up has reached its culminating point at its apex, and, I'd need to find another means to store them. It's not convenient to retrieve parts or tools this way, as opposed to using a shadow board where parts can be retrieved conveniently. And you can see that the buildup of parts has ripped up the HSBC pouch wash bag or toilet wash bag. And that to create or develop a system where I can optimally and efficiently retrieve them parts, I will just have to simply follow, the 5S with regards to selecting or purchasing the appropriate tool casing or storage casing that would enable me to retrieve my parts efficiently. And if we use the Von 104-piece socket set as a case study, you can see that, the accessories in there have been well sorted. Only the sockets that are required have been fitted into the casing. All the parts have been set and placed in their respective locations in situ for easy accessibility, retrieval, and storage. All the items are shining, they are clean and functioning properly. And this is the process that I would love to standardize for my ripped, mismatched tool travel wash bag. And to a reasonable nth degree, sustain this process or culture going forward. And you can see that, this sort set in place and shine is replicated for the Dewalt case as well. So when purchasing your new storage box, think about the process or the purpose that it is serving and tailor, the storage box bespoke to your requirements, okay? And so for me, this Stanley SortMaster Organiser is a sturdy tool which is perfect for sorting me ripped, mismatched tools in the wash bag, setting them in place, making sure that, they are in their respective positions, and also ensuring that, I can easily see if the parts are functional as opposed to, one part, staying on top of the other one and not realizing that, it is out of shelf life or needs replacing, okay? So it's got 2 yellow latches, on the sides and 2 in the front. So when I open up the lid, you can clearly see that the special lead structure keeps small parts in place and prevent, play or movement, of the removable dividers. It also helps to prevent the movement of parts from one compartment to another. And, the unique angled corners can accommodate angled tools such as your hammers or screwdrivers. And so if I take a quick measurement of the length, it's about 17 inches or 442 mil. The little black square is about 3 inches, and if you measure 2 cubes on the side, that should equate to about 6 inches. And straight off, you can see that it's quite versatile for bits and bobs, like a pack of screws. It has removable yellow dividers and 1024 possible configurations, making it the most flexible of storage solutions. So essentially, you can customize your storage space with the removable dividers for all the parts and items in the wash bag. The unique right-angled or 90-degree compartment, allows easy storage of hand tools as well as small parts. Coupled with the 1024 possible compartment configurations makes it fit for purpose with respect to what we're trying to achieve. And so the length of the storage box is 17 inches, and when we stand the case, the height would be about 12 inches. And the depth about 3.6 inches or 92 mil. So by all means, tailor it bespoke to your requirements. And so we have got about 8 yellow removable dividers on the inside. So once we've sorted or worked out the configuration that we want, the litmus test would be to flip the storage box, upside down to see if parts move on the inside, and it's quite static with respect to the provenance, locus, or the reference points, when you've got parts on the inside of the storage box. So you're not going to get a mismatch or, a messy tool storage box. And also take care when opening the lid that you do not flip it past, its tolerance levels. Otherwise, you might dislodge, the hinges, or you might break them. So, it's just pretty much common sense. And also know that if you've got a couple of them storage boxes, you can latch them on top of each other and they should be pretty much sat in place, okay? And so having worked out what configuration or combination I want with respect to installing them yellow removable dividers, I can start, sorting, setting in place and standardizing the mismatch of parts that I've got in the ripped wash bag. So I have eliminated objects in the wash bag that I do not need and only putting the relevant tooling in the storage box. So I've got my screws, my pliers, which, are quite uniform in where they've been stored. And then subsequently, I am setting and arranging them items, in the toolbox to be used on a daily basis so they can easily be accessed, optimally and stored as well, okay? So like or same screws, go in the same square box so that I can efficiently retrieve them when I need to. All the parts are functioning correctly, so it would save me time, as opposed to getting, new parts on site. And hopefully I can replicate this process, amidst other tooling and, sustain the culture for the future. If you want a storage box that is not overly compartmentalized, you can get the Stanley 12.5 inch, 16 inch or 19 inch toolbox, which features just two organizer compartments built within the top of the lid, which can be used to store small parts, a removable organizer tray to help arrange components with ample space, on the bottom. Secure yellow plastic locking latches and one metal locking latch with a top padlock eye for inserting a padlock through it. Then Stanley Essentials, provide more space to store your drills and, larger tools and whatnot, okay? So it's pretty much up to you. Think about the purpose that, the storage box is going to serve and what you're trying to achieve. And that's about it, really. You can see that all of the tooling that were a mismatched jumble have been sorted in the storage box. And this brings me to the end of the exposition. If you found the information useful, don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Helps the channel grow and hopefully catch up with you later. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening. Goodbye.